Buddy Hield has been a revelation this season for the Oklahoma Sooners. And if you haven't seen our breakdown of his game from last week, you should check it out. And in this exciting matchup in the Elite Eight, he did not disappoint by scoring 46% of his team's points from all over the floor. I interviewed Oregon coach Dana Altman about his pressing philosophy, and you can see it in action to start this game. Oregon is in a 1-2-2 full court zone, and the smart thing Oklahoma does is get Buddy furthest down the court in the corner. Even though he's a primary ball handler, Sooners coach Lon Kruger knows if they can get him attacking the slower bigs when the defense is spread out, it will bring good scoring opportunities to Hield. This is a good lesson for all coaches at every level. Put your best scorer in the front court against the press and rely on the rest of your team to break it and find him. The 1-2-2's main focus is to keep the ball out of the middle, and this plays right into the simple press break up the sideline to Buddy in the left corner. Watch how he perfectly attacks off the catch along the baseline. This sucks 4 players inside the lane, and here's the special sauce. The key for any good shooter getting open is driving, kicking, then sprinting immediately back to the three-point line. The defense had completely lost the best scorer in the nation, and this is a wide open shot from NBA range for him. It's always dangerous to give a shooter like Buddy an open shot to start the game, since it helps him to get his rhythm for the rest of the game. After giving up 7 points in 2 minutes, the Ducks pull back the press and play straight up man-to-man. The Sooners simply spread out and run their basic motion. Again, you see Hield penetrate, kick, and get right back to that three-point line, but it's well defended by Oregon. As the clock winds down, he needs to create on his own, and man, does he create on his own on this step-back three in the corner. Oregon tries a light press that is broken easily, and they attack to the corner, get a post catch inside the lane, and watch what happens when you get it that low. Hield's man turns his head to ball watch, and Buddy gets a free trip to the rim and a tip-in on a heads-up play. At this point, they've given him a wide open three, he's hit a tough step-back three, and a tip-in, so he's feeling great about himself. He releases on the quick shot contest. Watch how fast the Sooners turn up court on the rebound. On the first pass of the front court, they're already attacking a closeout, and this is just nasty, sports fans. Oregon went to a traditional man-to-man, and Oklahoma runs 5 out with the ball screener at the free throw line looking to set a screen when he can. After some side-to-side, they find the pick and roll for Buddy, and 2 players fly at him with the shot clock winding down to force this miss on the flare. Down 13 with only 1 guy going for the offensive rebound, the Ducks still get caught out of position in transition. While this guy is pointing to Buddy, he should be sprinting his ass off to go get him. Instead, the man on the ball, Tyler Dorsey, tries to get there, but this is a wide open shot for a man who's already destroying your defense. The Sooners run Horns twist, with the ball handler getting a ball screen to the left, then crossing over for the ball screen to the right, but it's all misdirection. Let's check on Hield in the weak side corner. His man falls asleep, beautiful backdoor cut, but the lob is off target and Buddy can't finish. At the end of the half, with Oklahoma already on the way to a blowout, they get a nice save in the corner, and Buddy is going to do something magical here. I like that Oregon starts to run a second player at him as the clock winds down, but it's too late. Buddy drops this from 26 feet, and the route is on. To start the second half, the Sooners run a Horns-ish set that ultimately gets them an inside pick and roll. Buddy keeps moving across the circle and executes a tough move. Very good defense, and he can't hit the step back. I love this set, a sideline weave into ball screen for Hield. Watch how his man ices this ball screen, but the screener's man is hedging. It's a simple waltz to the basket for a layup. The Sooners then try to run pistol action, but the handoff is well defended, and I like this secondary Princeton action of dribbling at a teammate who cuts through and sets a brush screen for Hield, who then gets the pitch and shoots right over the defender from 17 feet. More weave and more individual brilliance as Oregon made no adjustment to try and stop him, so I hope he said thank you at some point to Ducks coach Dana Altman. Having missed very few shots so far, it was startling to see this kind of defense being played on Buddy, but the video doesn't lie. His man is not in a stance, he's turned his head all the way to the ball, worried about the pick and roll. Meanwhile, it's his man who's cutting to get open for the shot. Can you hear me shaking my head? I really like this action too, a bit of a weave out top to get the ball moving towards the right side of the floor, but it's all to crack back to a double pin down for Buddy on the left side. This works pretty well as Hield gets another good look against the confused defense. His man needs to chase him on the hip instead of trying to cheat over the top. Oregon gets lucky on this miss. On the step-up screen, I was surprised to see Buddy a bit hesitant since it looked like he had his choice of projecting the screen with a drive to the middle with his strong hand or use the screen to the baseline. The screener eventually backs off, great defense by Oregon, and a rare miss. Oregon struggled to score all night, and they couldn't even connect on a simple swing pass to the big. Dorsey stands there after the turnover instead of immediately sprinting back, and Hield has an easy 2. Oregon finally stiffened up a bit, and Oklahoma struggled to run its offense. They blitzed the ball handler, close out, and contain nicely, causing the offense to skip the ball multiple times, and Buddy gets a good ISO out top, even gets right to the basket, but Oregon gets a little lucky as he can't finish. With Oregon's chances to get back in this dwindling by the second, they play man-to-man, desperately needing a stop. They wisely run the shot clock down, and just watch Hield's man. Again, he's not in a stance, he even grabs his shorts like he's taking a break. And this is the kind of effort Oregon gets to contest this shot. Forget about it. And when you give that kind of effort and allow a shooter like Buddy to get his rhythm, then the hard shots are that much easier for him to make. Looking to end this game right here, they wind the shot clock down, set a ball screen for Hield, who rejects it, drives to his left before stepping back into a hop 3 that swishes cleanly through the net. And finally, with the game safely in hand, they run the clock all the way down again, and after the defense he'd faced all game, I don't blame him for thinking he could make anything he tossed up. While this shot didn't get close, neither did the Ducks down the stretch, and Hield is leading the Sooners back to the Final Four for the first time in 14 years. And I expect a lot more from him in Houston next weekend.